The Environment Agency provides a wide range of engineering interventions to help protect people and our environment. For these engineering interventions to work well, they've got to meet very strict standards. It's really important to fully understand the design criteria and apply them consistently to make sure they do the job they're meant to. The problem is that these design standards are often written in a form which leaves them open to interpretation by our delivery partners. This makes it harder for those reviewing them to decide what's right or wrong. Checking designs is time-consuming, challenging and detailed work with tight timescales, which creates pressure on our engineering experts. It can be time-consuming, challenging and may not consider all of the possible outcomes, such as managing the asset in operations during an incident. Fortunately, we have a solution: Digitising Engineering Standards. By working with our technical authority and our delivery partners, we've translated these traditional written standards into a set of digital rules, which inform both designers and design reviewers of what is within the agreed parameters and what isn't. This technology will verify each new design against the set digital rules. All rules will either pass or fail the rule check. Some will allow specific concessions at a project level, and some require escalation to the technical authority or another subject matter expert. Any designs that fail to comply with the rules will be rejected, and the designers will need to refine and resubmit their design so that it meets the engineering standard. If the designs are compliant with the rules, our Environment Agency engineers will be able to move forward with confidence that the engineering standards have been met. A library of 3D asset models is available to assist in forming designs and models. These include built-in features that comply with the standards to assist design compliance. These smart objects will alert engineers if something doesn't meet certain standards during the design process. This smarter approach lets the Environment Agency work much more efficiently, cutting down on resources needed to manually check designs for compliance with engineering standards. This helps us lower financial and environmental risk and increase productivity. By making sure assets are built to these standards, we can reduce the cost and carbon impact of fixing or rebuilding assets that don't perform as needed. Together, this helps the Environment Agency align with industry best practices and maximizes our digital capabilities. Building on our digital standards in the future will allow us to continuously improve our design rules, ensuring that we're doing everything we can to benefit our staff, our partners, and the communities we serve.